Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Phoenix Suns against the Dallas Mavericks. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. You can feel the excitement for the new season. And Greg, when you were playing, is there an opening day that really stands out in your mind?
Back in '95, I think it was, we started the season with back-to-back wins. And the team was feeling good. Then we promptly lost 21 straight.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside for him, it'll be Finney Smith and McGee. At the guard positions, it's Doncic and Hardaway Jr. And it's Bullock in at the small forward. And for Phoenix, Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. Here's McGee. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
On defense, Dallas. Ball passes to Crowder. Bridges, no one around him. Off target from three-point range.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Booker with no one around. That 3 off the mark.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Phoenix has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Ball with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Bridges misses.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis going forward. And you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
3-point field
And they
goal.
don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
And Ayton throws it down.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Doncic bounce pass. Hardaway dishes to McGee. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Finney Smith. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul.
Second team
That's his
foul.
first foul. Ayton, the pass to Crowder. Fires at the elbow.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Hardaway for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Bridges misses. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. 9-point game.
Well, it was such a feel-good moment, at least for a little while. Mikal Bridges grew up in Philly, obviously played his college ball there. and his mom was working for the 76ers at the time, so it just felt right as the 10th overall pick in the 2018 draft for him to be a 76er.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Suns, Sharch checked in for Ayton. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. Dallas also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Christian Wood comes in for Reggie Bullock, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. McHale's time in Philly was very short, Brent. Bridges traded to Phoenix on draft night.
Well, that was a bit of a shocker. I mean, all the talk about being the hometown hero, and then all of a sudden he's on his way to the desert heading towards Phoenix. But you look at McHale's career, he's been awesome for the Suns. I mean, what development as a 3-and-D player, making the finals, signing a big extension, such a huge part of the Phoenix Suns franchise and their future.
Here's Payne after the made shot from Christian Wood. Johnson from outside. Powell pulls it in. Here's Dallas. They're on an 18-7 run. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Suns trail by 11. Here's Booker. The shot, no good. Good D by Wood.
His touches left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that's in it.
For three, Booker. Powell pulls it in.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Phoenix no good that time either.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Finney Smith traps in the tray. Finney Smith's got 6 points.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Johnson, a wide open look, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
And so it's Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Champions.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. Lee out there with Chris Paul. And it's Craig in at the 3, the small forward. Spencer's out there for Phoenix. Here's Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Ayton up top. Pass to Craig. Lets the 3 fly. That one doesn't drop. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Bullock kicks to Dinwiddie. Dallas moving the ball around. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Suns. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. A wide open look here for Craig. Off target with his 3. Dallas leading by 15.
Well, Christian Wood has shown himself capable of being a 20-10 guy. But now he's looking to show he can be a winner as well.
Here's Lee. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And when you're trailing like this, just focus on one possession at a time. Keep hitting singles.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you. And you hear about impacting winning? How does Wood, Greg, take the next step in that regard?
Well, Kevin, we know he can make shots and block shots. I think it's just about consistency and decision-making. And then defensively, I think he's more than capable.
Wood passes to Dinwiddie. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. Trailing by 17. Phoenix no good that time either.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
About that, mixing in the mid-range J. Hardaway finding some room out there to shoot one off.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Craig. Phoenix no good that time either.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Kleba, the pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Kleba. From deep, Wood buries it from three-point range. Wood's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Wood has become an intimidating presence at the arc, able to knock down that three with consistency.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Get on your feet and give a warm welcome.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes.
Bridges for three. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharp.
Well, a chance to check out Mikal Bridges here. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
He loves to get up into the uniform of his opposition and make you work for everything that you get offensively.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Finney-Smith's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection. Makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
Doncic bounce pass. Ntilikina kicks to Finney-Smith. From past the arc, another three for Dallas.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Now here's Payne, guarded by Doncic. Payne passes to Saric. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Here's Payne. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And normally near the top, handling the ball. Luka sneaking out to the corner there, getting free for 3.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Checking in for the Mavericks, JaVale McGee.
To halt the run. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Joined by head coach Monty Williams. Coach, what were the areas of concern in the first half?
Everything. They outworked us out in transition, and even when they didn't score, it flattened out our defense and gave them open looks. We just haven't played hard enough tonight and competed the way we're typical of competing.
We'll see if you can pick it up as the game goes on, Coach. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Dallas Mavericks.
You know, I almost feel bad for that offense. They're trying to contest the outside shot, but no matter what they do, they're getting decimated by the 3-ball.
I like how you almost feel bad for him, Kenny. Like you were almost showing a bit of empathy. And now let's focus on a couple of guys who have been getting it done in the first half.
Great battle between these two. They take a lot of pride in how they approach the game, and it seems like they're playing with extra enthusiasm tonight.
Yeah, those elite matchups, man, they can bring the best out of you.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Dallas shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. At the guard positions, it's Doncic and Hardaway Jr. Inside for him, it'll be Finney Smith and McGee. And it's Bullock in at the 3 spot. Paul can't get it to go. Well, Frank, Chris Paul is undoubtedly one of the smartest players in the NBA.
And that's why he's been able to maintain such a high level of play for so long. As one of his teammates said, he has an IQ that's going to keep him on the floor until he's 50.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Bridges, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
And so he hits both. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, that they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Ayton trying to break free. No good from Booker. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Finney Smith. They get it again.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And the wide open shot from Crowder, and he's good on the 3-ball. Crowder's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the defense has to bottle him up before Jay Crowder gets it going.
Hardaway, no good.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
So for the Suns, Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Damian Lee in for Booker. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Wood subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Shot by Crowder, no good. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got 9.
And undrafted out of college, Wood has dealt with plenty of adversity. I think he can overcome a little bump.
Craig. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down. Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Christian Wood. That's his first foul. Some changes for Phoenix. Sharge comes in for DeAndre Ayton. And Johnson subbed in for Jay Crowder. Then for the Mavericks, Pertinas comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. And it's Phoenix's ball. Floats it up for Sharge. Christian Wood grabs the rebound.
And that was almost one for the highlights. The long-distance alley-oop, just a fraction off the mark.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them find the bottom of the net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lee outside. Christian Wood grabs the rebound. Wood's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Here's Doncic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
There's 47 seconds left in the third. On the wing, Booker. To end the cold streak. It's rebounded by Dallas. Wood's got his 5th rebound in this one. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. To the wing right side. Here's Ntilikina. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Doncic with the bucket.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Booker dishes to Payne. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
That campaign just a grinder and has stuck with it. His career arc is quite interesting. He spent time in the G League, and a few years back he was out of the league. Now he's back, he's confident, he's dependable, and he's a huge part of a team playing winning basketball.
The first free throw is good. Mavericks making a switch here. Payne hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Finney Smith. Back to Dinwiddie. Those three-pointers off the mark. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Landry Shamet, Payne out there with Lee, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Okogie in at the 4-man position. It's who's out there for Phoenix.
Quick and clean with that shot attempt as Shamet knocks it in.
Now here's Hardy. Dallas moving the ball around. The 3 from Bertans. Here's McGee, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now Lee. Now the pass to Payne. Okogie misses. The Mavericks shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Bertans kicks to Green. Trains it from beyond the arc. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Here's Hardy. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Down low, here's Biyombo.
After missing the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, boy, the Suns not only got to the postseason in 21, they made it all the way to the finals. So what a turnaround for that franchise.
And Phoenix making a change here. Craig's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for JaVale McGee.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Drills the 3-pointer. It's been quite a turnaround, hasn't it, Brent, for Phoenix? Ever since they acquired Chris Paul in that trade from Oklahoma City, they've been a different team.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really give enough credit to what it is that Chris Paul has brought, along with the combination and relationship that he has with Monty Williams. I mean, that leadership with that young roster and giving those guys belief has elevated the play of everybody who's put on that uniform.
Here's Ntilikina. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Ntilikina's got his first basket of the night.
Ntilikina showing off some dizzying handle
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this lead.
Shamet finds Biombo. Here's Okogie. Bertans defending. Biombo, the pass to Craig. And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's Shamet missing. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. To the inside. Here's Green. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Last season, of course, Marcus Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Greg, it's rare to see a guard win it. Should perimeter players get more consideration from this point on?
It's tough, Kev. I do think they should. And I think that the numbers, though, tend to favor the rim protectors, but it's only right to recognize great defense at every position, especially in an age of positionless basketball.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
On the wing, Green. Kleba inside. Biombo on him. And Kleba slams it in.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Dallas.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense, to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Okogie, and the layup's good off the glass.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Passes it to Bertans. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Here with Luka. You got the W, so what did you think about your performance?
You know, we got to win against a team that is very competitive. You know, they go hard no matter what. You know, they're a great team. And, you know, I'm just glad we got to win. We got to keep going like that.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew as New Balance presents our player of the game, Luka Doncic.
I keep going and make them know the only way is up. We keep going. The only way is we keep going. Yeah. You used to call me baby, but now you and I'ma need you chilling right here with the and I ain't being shady. I swear that you can. You know that I'll be right there, sending Addy like good luck. You're thinking I'm full up. Chances are, baby, I pull up. Depends how you feel on the real, on the real. Take one look, how I feel, how I feel.